Xinjiang, autonomous region in western China, isn't very Chinese or autonomous. If I had expected Chinese, I'd have been disappointed. These people aren't that different from those back in the Soviet Union. I ran across a Cossak family following their herds and living in a yurt. That's not China, but what a wonderful photo opportunity. It's as if time's been standing still. Their lives haven't changed much since Genghis Khan rode roughshod over these hills. The dad, camera shy at first, invited me into their yurt. You can't tell by this guy's pant leg, but most here are pretty well dressed. The little caps tell at a glance which minority they belong to. Oh, and they're mostly Muslim in this communist region. This great-looking guy ambles through the marketplace like he owns it. Interesting, they still use donkey carts for moving merchandise. Unlike the USSR, there's plenty of tasty food here in Kashgar. These handmade dumplings, served in a roadside stand, were delicious. Some women wear a shawl draped over their heads. I called them brown ghosts. I was interested in this butcher shop. As a young guy, I worked in one. When he licked his fingers, I thought of a Russian who said, "Amerikansky take too much antibiotic. Bad disease kills you. We Russian, we like cockroach, live forever." Make and do. You see a lot of this type of old-school ingenuity here. They probably sharpened tools like this for centuries. In this little cutie, I've seen lots of kids like her, dirty but healthy. I got the bikes put together and took a test spin. This is the first time in more than a year that I've cycled alone. I missed her. I got a telephone call out last night. We were both pretty emotional at first. Then she brought up her death wish theory again, and I disagreed. A different emotion. She begged me to come home. When I said I just wanted to see and cycle the world and she should be with me, she grew silent. Then she almost whispered, "Please be careful," and hung up. Once out of Kashgar and facing the mountains, I began to feel that this ride up the famous Karakoram Highway was a life wish. It's a huge challenge, cycling up and over almost 16,000 feet. Pedaling hard and breathing hard, I became part of this majestic scene, a part of Mother Nature. The little train that could said, "I think I can." My mantra became, "I know I can, I know I can." This was what I'd hoped for. This was a National Geographic moment. These guys had never seen a video camera. Every time I raised it, they would pose. This area was as foreign to me as I was to them. Imagine spending an entire life following a yak. It made me feel fortunate to be me. From a distance, it looked like a cloud of dust whipped up by the wind. As I pedaled closer, the forms of horsemen began to appear. Sheep tussling. I'd read of it. It's an ancient tradition that tests the riding skills of these Tajik men who look like Mongols. Teams race up and down the field competing for a sheep that is cast among them. It's often torn to shreds during the competition. I stood in awe watching this anomaly, then realized as they rode toward me and stared that I was the anomaly. On the fourth day after leaving Kashgar and having slept in some pretty strange places, I encountered road construction. I accepted it as the final challenge and pushed on for the summit. Good news, both the bike and I survived the test. Fatigue and shortness of breath, but no flat tires or broken spokes.
I'm beginning to smell that smell of victory. I think this Kunjarab is almost mine. I own it. I bought it with my body.
Well, this is China and this is Pakistan. These are my friends, Mr. Wang, Mr. Gao. They brought me here. Looks like this. Yeah. It's a long ways up this hill, I'll tell you that for sure.